Hello, fellow old souls, empaths, seers, and psychonauts. If you'd like to come on and have a seat for a divination dose, we'll see what the scrolls have to say today. We are utilizing the oracle set, which is in color, but no words, free from influence, just to feel for your own frequencies and insights. I'll put the link below if you're interested in this set. We'll add on tarot and oracle, and as well, Ghost Tube Seer is here for any visual inspirations. So you know the drill if you'd like to join me. To close the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. Let's go. Thank you so much for being here, to all those who like, share, and subscribe, and for being my muse, and for those who donate as well. All right. Sorry, I'm getting like this vision of like a greenhouse. And this greenhouse, I feel like I'm sensing like it was a prison at some point in time. I don't know if I am misconstruing that. It doesn't matter. I'm going to keep going. And this greenhouse made of glass, so it's very see-through, but it's like, okay, so it's regarding chosen ones. I don't know. And that's not in an aim to be like a special thing. It's like to be a chosen one, you choose to be a chosen one amongst the collective. And really it's because there's like some sort of assuming some sort of responsibility and accountability deeply, like in the blood level, right? Not even just like the lineage of the bloodline here, but it's like consciousness and lineages of long and short, earth and sky, stars and so on. Okay, so when I'm in this greenhouse, I feel like at one point in time I thought it was like a prison, but it's not. I'm being served things by other people, places, or things. Like imagine, at least from TV shows, there's like a little place where you can slide a tray in for food. Cut the cards, not the cheese. Thank you. And I'm being brought things. Maybe you can sense this as well, that you have been brought nutrients. Because like think of a plant being in a greenhouse, there's something about it. You've been learning, growing, doing, studying, enhancing your gifts, tuning in, whatever the case may be, apply any word, off season. And when I say off season, it's like that's why I feel like I've been in this greenhouse. There were certain conditions that needed to be made or met outside of maybe what was typical or topical in preparation for being brought out and rooted or placed upon into the earth to root. Okay, so then I'm also seeing it like a splicing. And when I'm seeing it with my mother-in-law and her hostas, and she'll splice it so I can grow hostas on my property. And I'm seeing that there have been some healing time from being spliced. So there might have been some, I don't know if it's a misunderstanding or an understanding of, again, the obligation, the responsibility of stepping into chosen one energy. And this chosen one is really like an egregor of a collective consciousness to say, oh, I'd like to it's like going to school. It's like doing anything. You're assuming some sort of responsibility by also, reaping the reward or a reward along the way. But I've had to do some healing from the splicing. Sometimes I think I might have misunderstood the splicing, like something's being taken away from me, like part of me. And I might have felt a little, angry about that. Like, why are you taking part of me away? You're splicing me. Maybe even on another hand, okay, there's that rabbit hole. I've been giving away too much energy to people, places, or things that maybe I feel a responsibility to, but there's something like I'll use the word codependency, or a guilt, working through those deeper emotional states that are negative. But they're being transmuted. Okay. But they're being transmuted so that I no longer see them that way. I learned something. I learned when is the right time to splice, to give part of my medicine away, because this is what it feels like. It's like you are medicine. sorry, it's all coming up in like this very burpy, gaseous, like air bubble kind of thing. And there's monks down there. Orange has meaning. Orange has meaning. It's like always being of the flame. Why the monks wear orange? To always be like a beacon of light and illumination for others that might be in the dark. I'm also seeing it like a sun lamp in a greenhouse, and I'm very much so in this greenhouse. Okay, hopefully I'm not butchering this, but I'm going to keep going because I feel like it makes sense. And if you're resonating with being chosen, you made the choice to be a chosen one, and inherently are part of this collective consciousness working towards something as medicine. And the season's coming to I think there's like just an awareness, like plant consciousness, that I've been sliced and diced, but it had purpose, and I'm still full because I have been receiving, like from this trade, nutrients, and very high quality nutrients, I might add, and not just left to nature's devices of, or the conditions of the planet in and of itself. There's been controlled conditions. Some might be having dreams about, being in a spiritual school or working with star beings, inner earth shaman beings, and in and around there. But I feel, if I'm being very honest, I feel like on a surface level, as I'm living day to day, I'm exhausted or I'm tired because I've been splicing too much out. It's like, no, I feel like that's fine to say in and of that self. Okay, even the water I was receiving was a particular kind of water, like high mineral water. I really was being given the best conditions to grow this chosen one ability. I had to go through some emotional plumbing, and that's what it feels like when I talk about, like, it's not that I'm misunderstanding, but I realize I am in the root space to now I understand something. Does that make sense? So that feels like, for simplicity's sake as well, like the starseed or sky beings to the inner earth shamanic beings, energies and entities, elements at play. And it feels as though I'm moving from I am to I understand. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this greenhouse was never a prison. That's why it's like the door was always open. But certain conditions, temperature, I think I just needed to realize what it was. So maybe you're sensing you have been healing, and now what your medicine is. And there's no like great action that needs to be taken. This is the wonderful thing, because I'm seeing like just plants growing in your neighborhood, plants or rocks showing up, trees that are blooming, whatever the case may be. Maybe you didn't even plant them, or your village, town, city, or even in your grass, and there's weeds there. But nature brings in certain things at the right time. It's like you might not even know that's, golden something or goldenrod, and it has these properties. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to take the action and go and pluck it, boil it, dry it, whatever the case may be. Just, again, I understand and I appreciate. And I can receive the medicine of that plant, should you choose, in a very simple way, like monks and meditating. Right? It doesn't have to be grand. And I feel like this, thank you, heart is like turning around. The heart center is what is turning this around, of making choices with people, places, or things, opportunities, etc. Are you going to, like a plant, say it's a person, you are going to feel at the root, I am here. I am listening, I'm engaging. I'm going to swirl this around. Oh, okay, I understand. So this person may be sharing with me, needs help, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's my help. You could be like the plant just there, and they're expecting, Okay. And I'm just using this as a rash example, but it's like expecting the plant to cut itself, dry itself, boil itself, whatever the case may be. And, you might have this feeling like, well, they want you to do something, oh, maybe you have a modality that you do or something. Do something to help me. And it's like, but I'm seeing that monk again. It's like, I am. Root, I am. And moving through the different filtration systems of the medicine wheels and the vortexes of that into I understand. And holding space for that to happen without exhausting my energy. Does that make sense? Because I'm not, and I don't feel like that's selfish, but maybe that feels selfish because it's like, maybe that's a way there is a programming. There's this action, do. Otherwise, you're not doing enough to help. But is it making the choice? What has reciprocity? That doesn't have to look the same, be the same. Does this resonance have reciprocity to help both of us grow in some way, shape, or form? Release the petals, transformation, death, and rebirth, shedding, all change. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this with the lighting, I apologize. It's even like the plant thing, right? Shedding. Allowing when my season of, say, this plant is, native to bloom, or you might have, and okay, so now I'm seeing, oh my goodness, I'm all over the place. And I really am trying to keep this short and sweeter. I'm seeing a plant or a flower at each of the chakra alignments. And I'm sticking with the traditional 7. There's obviously, you can extend out to the appendage of more. Absolutely. But it's like all the blades of grass in between, or the flowers that are called fillers, you know what I mean? They're still valuable because they make things feel full. But you do you, sticking with the 7. And I'm seeing flowers put there, or a plant. And if in one season, one is in full bloom, and I know that season is coming to a close, like maybe something happened in September, and it tends to be a time where you go within, maybe there was a grief, maybe somebody's birthday or death day. And, that season of that area begins to kind of shrivel and shred for a time. I feel like I understand that. Even my voice is all crackly. It's like, I understand that. Right? I am in the root aware of what's happening in my own ecosystem. And I understand, so I'm going to feel that. And now there's this choice to go into the greenhouse and say, okay, get the high quality nutrients, or maybe some help from other plants in this chosen one collective. And that's not negating that those not within the chosen one collective greenhouse. Like, I don't want it to feel that way. It just feels like, again, because there's a certain responsibility and accountability that one holds to themselves and to others to help elevate, grow up, and grow down. Okay. I hope I made sense there. Something about the plumbing as well. The sun. It's like the sunflower following the sun of self, and it's not selfish because this is like done in an invisible way. The child within, inner mother, innocence, gentleness, and tenderness. This is that inner earth feeling, the inner mother. Yeah, going deep, 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 deep down. Like if this is where the sun is, all of this is happening below. And at the same time as I say that, this is like that tree trunk, and there's like this glow throughout it, like this monkdom within. And it doesn't shine bright as a beacon to say, I am here to help. That's, again, I'm not poo-pooing that. I don't know how to explain it. It's a different thing. It's like a silence. It's in a sacred silence because there's some sort of honor. Is there a skeeter? it's rebuilding, like being in the greenhouse, the life force and success of what I've chosen, whatever that is. Okay. Whatever that is. Where am I going? Okay. I released the petals of things that pissed me off. And again, I'm not dismissing the anger that I felt or the volatile conditions, because now I'm seeing people as plants. So I'm just gonna go with this, and I appreciate it. Anything that had pissed me off, it's like I have the ability to filter things, the seasons, the conditions around me. Like I'm thinking about like plants, seeing random plants that go through the seasons, or blades of grass that get cut, this, that, or the other. They understand what's going on, what their part is in being a contributor to your environment. It's like the splicing. Knight of Pentacles might mean something to you. See, even like, it's like riding the big plant now. Like this is where I feel like we are at, old souls, empaths, or psychonauts. Whatever has come out of the greenhouse. At the same time, there's other seedlings still growing, and they might feel like your babies because they are part of you. They might be grafted with another plant medicine to help harness through hybrids. A knight and then a king of swords. They are your family with the barn swallow. They are your family. And I want to bring this guy with this oracle scroll. The coloring, the shapes, the swords, the boundaries of that. It's in that like monkdom and samurai. It's like now that when I splice and decide to give part of my medicine, whether that's in inaction or in a meditative state, it's really clean. It's really, really clean. And like the sun card, it pours. I don't think the lighting allows it to come through, but like the light comes out. Six of Pentacles, and I don't know what that was. And strength. Sunny strength. Sunny strength, like being in the greenhouse with others. Connecting with others. Seven of Wands, breaking through those bars. Breaking through the bars of what felt like a prison, but I learned a lot. Three of Swords, I transmuted my heartbreaks. I took those swords out that may have hurt me in the past. Went to the greenhouse to recover. To receive. Really to pause and receive. Knowing and to recall I chose to be the chosen one. To be my chosen one. Not everyone else's chosen one. This isn't like the black sheep of the family, or you're the one to change the dynamics of the family karma. Those all might be things and tasks you may take on. But you had to haul ass to heal towards the greenhouse where other hearts and plants can help filter. I hope this is making sense. Okay, closing out messages, because I did say I would try and keep it shorter and sweeter. And I am trying to. But I'm also trying to release that. The Observer. Like a bird. Touch the sky. Thank you. On the bottom we have Eva. Yeah, there's some sort of a... It's like being a royal, and that comes with responsibilities in order to have that position. I'm talking about this from like a really large space, even of, royal within your blood of who you are. And people from afar might think, oh, they might have their own concepts of that. But nobody really knows the responsibility. And I feel as though the chosen ones are just very, very aware, no matter what it is that I observe. I am observing root, I am observing. So when I make choices, I understand to the crown. And things come in. And things come in from above and below. And when I choose to make action towards someone, something, like putting the braid down and, offering an extension of my energy or a slice of that plant, I understand. I don't know how else to say that. I feel like I keep saying it. It's like anything I do. I buy a car, that's the reward. But there's responsibilities to maintain it. You buy a house, you buy a shirt, you still have to clean it. Maybe you have to iron it, or it's a dry clean only. You buy food, you still have to, cook it. There is this fundamental flow that I'm feeling, that my eyes see. Like a gargoyle. That's gargoyle stuff happening there. Like the observer. I am perched on top of the, not like vigilante style. Like, I feel like that's actually what's being released a little bit. The responsibilities maybe others have put on me, and I'm noticing or co-creating with the solar plexus and the sacral. Where is it that I would like to come into re-agreeance with, maybe review the contract or the conditions of this, so that it's more equal in reciprocity. The rewards and responsibility, again, they're not the same. We're not looking at sameness. It's you need more hydrogen and I require more water. So is there a flow here? Maybe I am butchering this, but I kind of feel like if you get it, you can kind of move through all my jibber jabber, but I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for growing and being golden, like goldenrod, being medicine, and recognizing that even other people, places, or things, that they too are medicine, whether they recognize as, a chosen one or not. But there's always a benefit that they could be medicine for you, for others, and they could also be a toxin, right? But chosen ones are clearing up, they're growing up, and they are in the greenhouse, and they're coming out for different reasons. And it's not a jump. The work was being done, and I can revisit it anytime, from the root of I am to the crown of I understand. That is the very best way I can say it. Is that gentleman like a... No frown. It's like a very serious monk, a mean business. Chosen ones mean business, and the connections and the consciousness in which they are connected to. I love it. Until next time.